no money, that's an asshole. It wasn't a phase.
Welcome back to the Senior Citizen Podcast. Today we have the pleasure of chatting with Will from Hometown Losers.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you so much for having me here.
You didn't seem like a hometown loser at the show.
Well, hometown loser by name, but not by,
It's not what you live by.
Yeah, exactly. No.
During you guys' set, I turned around to my boyfriend and I was like, "Oh, they got fans." Like,
well, I would just like to thank everybody that did come out to the show. I think I really wanted to do this interview after the show because it kind of gives you that perspective. I feel like I'm still working on that adrenaline, honestly, from the show. It's the day after. And definitely from my end, I'm just really thankful. We have people that have been going to our shows for 8 years now, especially in October. So it was just thankful to play to our crowd, especially in our hometown. And just kind of give them what they wanted. For me, I feel like playing to a crowd's easy. Like, it's having
just
that
there.
many people there. Yeah. To entertain, it's there.
no, that's super cool. I mean, it was my first time. I had checked you guys out a little bit before the show yesterday, and it's my type of music. It was giving at some point like Front Bottoms, and then like a very excited modern baseball eventually, and then you guys do your own thing too. It's not like exact replicas, but I really do enjoy the music, and you guys did have a kick-ass crowd last night. Tell me a little bit about how the band got started. It's been 8 years. I read that it started in like 2016, and I was like, wow, they've been around a while. And then I was like, oh my God, that's the year I graduated.
Yeah, it is
And
also
then the pain kicked in.
yeah, it is also the year I graduated high school. So the band has a very funny origin story. The way that we started was that a group of friends, they went to Warped Tour. So the original bassist, his name's Alejandro, and our original guitarist, his name is Yardley. Basically, they both decided to go to Warped Tour, and they brought their own friends. So Yardley brought Jose, and then Alejandro brought JP, Juan Pablo, who was our original drummer. And basically, they all went to Warped Tour. They had such a great time at Warped Tour that they then decided, you know what, we want to make a band. So the four of them got together. They were, trying to make it happen, kind of sharing their influences. And then they realized, you know what, from none of us, we want to be the singer. Like, nobody wants to be the singer. So they were trying to ask around who could be the singer. And then Alejandro pitched me because we went to high school together. And then I joined the band at the first practice, and the rest was history from there. So yeah, we've started in 2016. I would like to say in 2016, like, our first shows are those typical band shows. We invited all of our friends and family, and maybe we weren't good enough back then in 2016 to really, play in front of them just yet, but they did come out and support us, and I'd like to say that we've grown since then. I would like to say that maybe 2017 is maybe a good time that we turned around and started booking more professional shows and growing from there. But yeah.
Right.
Truly an origin story of friendship. The band started from a place of friendship and then grew into something more and more amateur professional and music professional from there.
No, I love that you guys have stayed as the same band for a couple of years, and you could see that growth and really turn around and feel proud of yourself for everything that you have done and accomplished. I was checking out that EP, the self-titled EP at this point. For some reason, whenever a band releases a self-titled EP, you know that shit's gonna go hard.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about how it was recording that, the inspiration, why self-titled now? Because, you can't use a self-titled again.
Something that maybe doesn't come to light is that EP we've actually been recording and working on since 2020. And originally we did kind of have some rumors and words around maybe making an album, but these group of songs we were recording, and it basically took an amount of time to get them finished. So we decided at some point that we had to let go, and we eventually let go. And finally, once we kind of got to our sound again and felt happy, we decided to look into what we could call these group of songs, and we felt like we should call them, our name, because they felt close to our origin and the sound that we've always kind of been chasing and trying to hone in on. So with that being said, the 5 songs, I feel like they come from a place of us trying to be emo and in that emo indie brand, and also pop punk, and then kind of like that typical Hometown Losers song, which I would say is song 2. Song 2 we've had since, I would say, 2018, but it hasn't been something that we recorded and put out until 2024.
Yeah, and then you can really tell when songs like bands have let them cook. It's the phrase. It's the only phrase that fits. But you let them cook, and sometimes even play them live and everything, just to get that feel for what needs to be done, what needs to be changed, and what the crowd is more receptive to. So I love that you guys were able to take that time, step away, come back, and then finally put it out as, when you have a self-titled, it's like, this is me. That Joyce Manor self-titled is like, I always listen to it in the car, and I go through it at least 3 times because I work really far from my house. But it's just on repeat because you never get tired of it. And it's one of those, it's the essence of the bands, and that's what makes you love them and stick around with them. So
thank you for giving me my flowers. I feel like I'm a really tough critic on myself, and so is the band for sure. It's hard for me to receive my flowers. So for anybody watching me, seeing me go through it, I thank you so much. Thank you for giving me my flowers, and the band are flowers.
It's hard work. You guys are a lot of dudes. I don't know how many of you were playing on stage.
6 of us at this point.
Of you. Okay. Yeah. It's hard working creatively with people. And I think that's the other side of things, where it's like, you have some bands that it's like, okay, you have the clear front person who's dictating this, and everybody else, sure, they can put in their 2 cents, but they're more of just a musician role for live shows or whatnot. But then you have bands that are everybody's putting in their 2 cents, and it's hard to, how's the chemistry between 6 dudes in the studio?
Right now 6 people don't show up to the studio. I would say,
as they shouldn't.
I would say at most, it is 5 of us in the studio. But I think we take our time. We track, instrument by instrument, and let everybody have their day, and then, go from there. But in terms of chemistry, how we operate, how we function, it is that everybody does get their 2 cents, and trying to really check in with everybody and making sure that we're on the same page, because if you're not on the same page, then where are you really going or turning to?
Yeah, and the second you have somebody who's not happy and not enthusiastic, then that's where things kind of start falling apart at the foundation. So that's the other side of my, giving somebody flowers.
Because we're also sad dudes, so our faces, we're just, sometimes we're at the gig like, and that itself, we're already looking not too happy. But I can guarantee you that we are very thrilled and very happy and grateful and thankful to play to our hometown, have hometown shows, and play to our crowd base for years.
Yeah, no, it's been 8 years. That's a long time.
Yeah.
In the bio, you guys have like the fluster of genres, like Midwest emo and stuff. I'm tired of Midwest emo. We have a solid Southeast emo at this point.
Southeast emo. Okay, I like that. That's great branding.
Yeah, it needs to happen. It needs to be like an official thing. Like, I need people to stop using the term Midwest emo. We are in the Southeast. We are emo. Inflation's a bitch.
This. Yeah, I like this. Yeah.
Dating scene is impossible.
Yes, it is.
I've been in a relationship for 9 years, and I tell people, I'm like, what are the streets like? And like, you don't want to know, it's ghetto out here. But yeah, Southeast emo. That's the branding now. Please change it in the bio.
Done.
All right. No, tell me a little bit about, I want to hear about your history. Obviously, this band started when you were around 18, getting out of high school, but growing up, what was that scene phase like? What was that emo phase like? Because I'm sure it didn't start because your friends went to Warped Tour.
No, okay. So I mean, my scene phase in particular, because I can speak to myself, I would say in middle school, I would very much lock myself up and, not saying that it was the advent of the computer, but simpler times with the computer, and, YouTube was huge. Lyric videos were huge, and I would just lock myself up, listen to some of my favorite bands, put on the lyric video and sing along. And that was my idea of a fun day, surfing the web and going through my scene phase. So I think I would just listen to a lot of music. I also grew up in the the years and era of Drake and Lil Wayne taking over rap. So I would say I listen and I bounce to a lot of rap as well. But, you know, my scene phase was definitely a lot of Fall Out Boy, a lot of Panic at the Disco, a lot of My Chemical Romance, and just listening, just a lot of listening, singing along, pretending that I was having my own concert inside my room, and maybe I would have the chance to do it one day. And now here we are.
The three bands you mentioned are the ones that have been like labeled online as the holy trinity of emo.
Yeah.
And that they all just can't exist at the same time. So I'm really glad Panic just took the L for the rest of us. I'm a huge Panic fan of the first album. But no, the great background, the internet was simpler times, because you're talking about it, and in my mind I was like, that's when I used to sit on like RuneScape and just listening to music on YouTube, but you'd have to like go and search for each video. It wasn't like, here's your up next and stuff.
We had our iTunes, we had our iPod. We would put our iPod and connect it to the computer and put our select songs that we could upload and just jam those. And yeah, I just remember my childhood being a lot of music, surrounded by music, especially with my older brother. He was in punk bands at the time. So my whole life I've been surrounded by music and just listening and just being a fan, and now trying to be an artist.
The whole connecting the iPod thing, I feel like such a boomer, because I try to do that with my phone sometimes and I could not figure it out for the life of me, because it doesn't just open up iTunes like before.
No, yeah.
It's
a whole new app, right?
It was, yeah.
Apple Music.
It was like Apple Music, but it's not on, or is it on Apple Music?
No, there is
I don't know.
iTunes still, actually.
Yeah, because I have some like underground music from like 10 years ago that it doesn't exist anywhere else. It's not on Bandcamp. I somehow it managed to survive on one of my Google Drives.
Did you get it from a website like Frostwire? Or
No, I
LimeWire?
downloaded from their Bandcamp.
Oh, okay,
But they
good.
took it off Bandcamp now. Insignificant Other, I'm talking about you. But I had to put it on my phone. It's on my phone now. And when I get in the car, that's the first thing that starts playing instead of Spotify. So it's always there. It's always present. But it's so hard to figure out. But I used to download off LimeWire or YouTube Converted.
Yeah, I remember I had downloaded so many songs off of Frostwire. I hope they don't come for me. But yeah, it was simpler times.
Can you imagine if they did like a roundup to like fine all the people that at some point downloaded something illegally?
Well, it's the same thing as like Napster. Like that's my times Napster when I was growing up. You know, I would be like if they would come after people for Napster. But now we have Spotify and all the streaming services and platforms and giants.
Steal from artists. All right. No, great emo phase, great background. You didn't get to go to that Warped Tour with your friends, though. Did you ever go to any
I
Warped Tour?
didn't go to that Warped Tour, the first one where the band really like essentially formed and clicked and friendship and brotherhood emerged. But the very next year we got to all go together, all five of us. We went to our different artists that we wanted to be at and our same artists. Like I remember the first artist we got to go to was Trophy Eyes. And we were really excited to go see them, and we were in the crowd pitting in the front row. And then from there, running around, I remember a really big artist that year that we got to go. I can't remember the exact year. I'm terrible. My memory is terrible. But I remember we got to see Movements, and I think that was when they just released Daylily, and then they threw like this blue and pink dust in the crowd. It was awesome. It was a really great time.
Cool stuff. I can't remember the years I went to Warped Tour either.
No, I
Like,
can't.
I know I went. I know I had fun. I remember some of the bands that I saw, but the rest is like a blur.
Probably, if I piece it together, maybe 2018, 2017. I don't know.
Yeah, the last one was 2019, so
Okay, that's somewhere there.
yeah, I missed that last one because I got a wisdom tooth removed. It was great.
I can't remember if I went to the last one or not. Probably. Maybe not.
I'm upset I missed that last one. But it's coming back.
It's coming back.
coming back.
It's coming back.
Warped Tour's coming back, guys. I'm so excited. What do you think it's going to be like?
Very commercialized, very like when we were young, but Warped Tour now. But maybe not. Maybe I'm just being a cynic. Maybe it does stay true to its roots, and it's just a bit more commercialized for today to capitalize on the market that exists now. But yeah, I would say that probably higher prices to go see our favorite bands, but maybe better conditions for the bands and the fans.
That ticket's never going to be $30 again, and it hurts.
No, it'll never be $30 again.
It hurts. That's so sad. But honestly, it was great times. Anybody who's younger out there and never got to go to a Warped Tour, I suggest going to Warped Tour if it does come back, because it's good memories.
What bands would you want to see on Warped Tour?
On Warped Tour, I am the biggest Pierce the Veil fangirl.
Oh yes, I'd want to see them too.
I finally got to see Sleeping with Sirens again after seeing them probably at Warped Tour the last time I went, and I remembered just how much I absolutely love them live. Like, you know when you're excited for a concert and then you go, but you're actually there and you are, like, 1 second you're bawling, the next second you're singing along, having fun and dancing. I went through all the stages of emotions and grief and happiness. It was insane.
I feel like I'm very much like a stoic when I'm at concerts. I'm just like, just like vibing along, smiling. But yes, there's sometimes that the artist really evokes like some sort of like outward emotion from me that I have to go pit, or I just have to like, smile super wide and then jump up and down and punch in the air and all those different things.
That's how you know it's a good show.
Yeah, very true.
Who else would I like to see? Damn. Who would you want to see? Well,
Who would I want to see? I would want to see Neck Deep.
Okay.
One time I was supposed to go see them open up for Blink-182, and I was totally late, and I totally regret that. But I did see them at Warped Tour once before. I thought they were awesome. I would totally go see them again. Pierce the Veil, Sleeping with Sirens, I think they're great. Movements, I would go see again. Trophy Eyes, I would definitely go see again. Anybody local, I would definitely go see. Shout out Sick Enough. I would go see Happy Hour. I would go see anybody else. Yeah.
I think, and that's the joy of being at a festival like that, is that it's also an opportunity to just explore new music. And
Yeah.
In my case personally, if I fall in love with music live, I know that's something that definitely resonates with me, because hearing something live and not knowing it before is definitely an odd experience when you're learning new music. Never Shout Never. I wish Never Shout Never would come back.
Yes, I did get to see Never Shout Never.
So did I. I met Chris Drew. I was like, can I give you a hug? Like,
It's
little
funny
preteen
because
girl.
from the first time I saw him, from the first Warped Tour I went to the last Warped Tour that I went to, there was like this whole change in his artistry. So it's like, it's interesting to see that evolution and progression.
He grew so much as an artist, and even now, if you haven't listened to it in a while, but you go back and listen to like Indigo, that man, masterpieces. He's never coming back. He's sober, vegan, happy, and has tweeted multiple times that he's just going to focus on like being a painter now, which I'm so upset, but okay, whatever, like suits your mental
This
health.
is a long shot. I've never seen them live, but asking Alexandria, if you play Warped Tour, I'm there.
I feel like I saw them. I feel it like,
I don't think I've seen them, and I know they've come and I've missed them, but asking Alexandria, you come, I will be there. Yeah.
they'll be here.
I
They'll-
hope so, yeah.
Warped Tour, they have to be there.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We got to see.
All right. Enough about Warped Tour.
Yes.
Hometown Losers, what's next for you guys? What are you working on?
Right now, I would say we're working on really engaging with our fan base. Something I've been saying to the crowd is we are your hometown losers. So really trying to, in a way, like campaign, trying to get back our fan base to come to our shows and to try and book more, and really trying to work with fresh talent and fresh bands as well. Really honored to have played with the amount of bands and people that we have for years, but looking to also play with fresh faces and new people to the community and scene, and just overall put on a good show. Aside from that, we of course always stay working on new music. So we have new music in our vault, secret music vault somewhere, and we're working on releasing it eventually, one day. The good thing with us is that we are independent. We are a small band, so we own our music. So really, we're just working on releasing more music. I would say a big thing I've been saying for a long time and teasing, and we did have, is hometownlosers.com. A long time ago, I did have the domain, and then it expired, and then someone from the dark web, they took it, because that's a whole business where they take the domains that expire. So then I would have had to pay a lawyer some money to get it back. Basically, I've got it back. I have hometownlosers.com. I'm working on the website, working on putting the classic merch, some old merch that hasn't been reprinted in a very long time, on there, and some new merchandise there as well as our music, and just working on more photo shoots and different ways to reach out to our fan base and engage them.
The whole "We're Your Hometown Losers" campaign is all fun and games until you start traveling everywhere, and it's like, say your hometown.
Well, I mean, we're not. I mean, in my hometown, we're your hometown losers, but I mean, everywhere else,
Right.
we are
thinking
the
big, though.
hometown losers.
I'm already thinking like U.S. tour, and you're all the way somewhere in, I don't know, Michigan. Out of all places.
If they give us the offers, we may go.
For sure. And pardon my lack of knowledge right now, but did you guys take a break? Were you on a hiatus or?
I guess hiatus in the sense of maybe not posting ourselves on social media and not really being out there, but there's still a lot of work that goes behind being a band behind the scenes. So we never stopped rehearsing. We never stopped booking rehearsals. We never stopped really working on our craft. We never stopped practicing. We never stopped songwriting. Really, we just kind of went into these shadows, focused on making money, focused on our careers, paying bills, and then just, focusing on our mental health as well, getting ready to get back into the limelight and getting ready to really pursue music a little bit more seriously.
Gotcha. You're taking the whole, it's a sprint, not a marathon approach or something like that. I forgot how the saying goes, but okay, no, that makes a lot of sense. And I that goes into being in a band for so long. You do have to take those breathers, step back, step into the dark web to get your domain back.
Yeah, and then kind of like those resets, like take a step back, kind of analyze, okay, this is where we're at, this is where we should be, this is where we could be, and then just try and take steps together.
No, I love that. The whole dark web thing reminded me of my friend that he, like a business partner he had the domain and the water bottle out of the jacket. Caught me off guard.
It was a convenient pocket.
That's wonderful. Completely caught me off guard. I'm like, are you pulling out your phone? But anyways,
I'm not that rude.
His business partner had the domain. This show, it's a podcast. It's gotten so much bigger. And then this ex-business partner turns around and says, "You want that domain? I need 20K." It's just like, did you lose your mind? But yeah, that's what it reminded me of. It wasn't the dark web, just not a good friend.
We have a lot of those. I mean, not that I have a lot of those, but I'm saying that there's a lot of those out there.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah. I'm excited to hear that you guys do have more stuff, that you're probably going to be a little bit more active on social media now and making that comeback. You're approaching that 10-year mark that everybody says the mythical 10-year mark to make it. Do you guys feel like maybe it's going to be one of those I made it moments, or what to you is making it?
I think just confidence in yourself and ourselves and your art and your craft and all of those different things that are attached with that. For me, I would say that it's confidence in myself. This has been a journey of building confidence in myself and my abilities. Literally, when I was a child and teenager, I would dream about this opportunity. And then I would always say, if I had the chance, I would seize it. And now I'm here trying to seize it. So, it's a little bit of that battle and then trying to navigate, okay, how do I make my life a little bit more optimized so I can actually chase after it and seize this. But question again?
Making it. What's that ultimate goal?
Okay,
What's
so
that
yeah,
that's
why I completely forgot about
No,
making
you're
it.
fine, you're fine.
That's what you do in the journey. You forget about making it. For me, I really focus on myself and just trying to make it through the day rather than that conventional term of making it. But I'm happy just focusing on my music, focusing on my friendship with my band, focusing on our brotherhood, focusing on just trying to get to the next show, next gig, next performance in front of new faces, or even the faces that have come before. But in terms of making it, I would just like to have the opportunity to probably tour and probably play to fresh faces with the band, and just keep releasing our music and seeing what people think. And I think that's ultimately all you can do. Release music, see what people think, and see how they feel about your music.
Right. And no dream show to open up, like if you want to open up for another band or a dream stadium to play?
For me personally, I think this would be an opportunity for me to say that, oh, I want to play with this band and that band. But honestly, I feel really grateful for the chances I've gone to with my band on a local level, on an amateur level. I feel grateful for the times I've gone to play to crowds of 500 plus people, 400, 200 last night. I'm grateful for the community that's been built around my music. And I'm just grateful for the chance to keep playing music. But yes, I do have idols and I would love to play for them or open up for them. And maybe that chance manifests. But for right now, I'm still very happy to play as Hometown Losers.
No, for sure. And I ask about that as well. Right now, you're the face of Hometown Losers, but I ask that because I believe in manifesting and putting things into the universe. And it's funny because just in the last chat, I was saying like sometimes I'm afraid of telling people a lot of things because then you look like a goofball when things don't happen.
So my chem calls us like right now. We're out there.
Right. Yeah. Okay. But when my chem calls me, we'll be there.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, that's the kind of language just to stay positive, just to keep going because it is a long journey. It's a hard journey. And being an artist does not pay well right off the bat. So it is a lot of balancing and figuring out what can I do that I can be flexible enough to keep working on this. So, you know, bands come here and they're telling us everything that they're doing. And I obviously lose a little bit of my journalism and give them a lot of flowers and a lot of beat opals and stuff because it's hard. And I admire people for what they do, regardless of the music they put out, whether it's in my playlist or not. I am adding Hometown Losers to my playlist, but you know.
Thank you so much.
Last night's show was my vibe. Just sorry.
Thank you so much.
No, it's super cool. We're gonna go ahead and play a game. We end every show with a game.
Yes.
And I have a list of icks here from the internet. And you have to tell me if you think it's a green flag, a beige flag, or a red flag.
I'm ready for this. I saw Eddie play this on the couch as I was walking in, and I had to contain myself from laughing.
Well, you're going to get different questions now. So.
Okay, sounds good.
They're rude to a waiter or a bartender.
Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. I've had that. I don't like that. We're all trying as humans. They have a job. You kind of have a job as a customer to just not be a piece of shit. And don't be rude to the waiter unless I guess they gave you attitude first and they gave you the wrong order and then everything sucks. But still, even then, don't talk to them that bad. Like, come on.
You know, most days that is a red flag for me. But I have a huge peeve that like when waiters treat me like I'm crazy, that's where I'm like, oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If they cast the first stone. Then...
Yeah. No, like you can get my order wrong. You can forget something. That's fine. Just don't treat me like I'm crazy. I've had 2 instances. One was years ago. It was Bahama Breeze, and I ordered this like lava cake dessert. I've ordered it a million times. I know it comes with a vanilla sauce too. They didn't bring me my vanilla sauce, so I was like, "Oh, hey, where's the vanilla sauce?" He's like, "What are you talking about? This is how it comes." I was like, "Oh no, we're not starting this." And the other one was like 2 weeks ago when I ordered a lychee soju, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "What do you mean? What am I talking about? I'm here every week." But anyways, that's when it's beige to me. I'm not rude, but I'm angry. They talk in a baby voice.
Beige flag. Like, you know, it's you talk in a baby voice. You know,
You do you. It's okay. Fair enough. They overshare on social media.
Beige flag. We all, you know, I would say, you know, red flag, but you know, it's a beige flag because we all have the right to share. And why am I going to say that it's not your right to express or share? So just share. So there you go.
I get the people that when they overshare a little too much, it's so entertaining. Like I find myself going back.
Some days I think that we all need that oversharing button in our brain and we just need to express what's in us. And that's what I think they're doing. So
fair enough. They can't reverse park or parallel park.
Green flag.
It's a green flag.
It's a green flag.
You can't parallel park either.
Parallel park. Reverse park? What's reverse park?
Like when you back into a spot.
I can reverse park.
Yeah, with a camera now.
Reverse parking's great. Parallel parking.
Little rough. I learned the other day, I'll tell you after. They believe in star signs.
That's a green flag. They believe in something, they read about it, they have a lot of faith towards it, whether that be justified, not justified. Now, if it ruins their day completely, it's a different story. But you know, a green flag, it's harmless, you know, to have hopes and dreams and star signs that you read about.
You're one of the first ones that's just like, oh, it's a green flag, it's fine. Yeah. You get so many people that are like, I fucking hate the star signs, bro. Like, and last one, they have a messy car.
That's a red flag.
Okay. Not like hoarder level, but just kind of messy.
Okay, just kind of messy. That's a beige flag.
Okay.
Yeah. That I was picturing a hoarder.
Yeah, no, not like boxes in the back seat. It's like, oh, nobody fits because I have, boxes of junk back there. No, just
Well,
like.
I've got some boxes of Hometown Losers merch in my car, but I wouldn't say it's like messy.
So would you say that you're like a beige flag then?
I would say I'm at a beige flag right now in my
Okay.
car. Like we go into my car right now, maybe borderline red, but it's a beige.
All right. Well, this is your shameless plug moment. You can go ahead and let that camera know everything they need to know about Hometown Losers.
Okay, all you need to know about Hometown Losers, we are playing some shows Saturday, October 26th at Eddie's Place with Gloom Days, and we're also playing with After the Sunset. We're also playing November 14th. We're going to headline the Banyan Live. That's going to be at West Palm Beach. We're playing with the band's Top Tier, and we're also playing with the band Last Disaster. Aside from that, Hometown Losers, we are working hard to really become your hometown band, really become your favorites again. We want to engage with you. Feel free to reach out to us, however that may be. Feel free to let us know if you think this opportunity is for us, if you see a show for us, and just feel free to talk to us. We are here. We're working on giving more new merchandise and making it easier to actually buy that or maybe even just engage with us. But yes, we are here. We are present. That's even the purpose of doing this whole podcast. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming to our shows and listening to our music. However you listen, however you support. Thank you.
You heard that, guys? The Hometown Losers are here. They're back, even though they never left, better than ever. Honestly, go check out their merch. They had very cool merch. I got to see some of it. Check out their music. The music videos are fun. I saw the one with the ghosts. It was very cool. And yeah, go ahead and follow, support your local scene and follow and subscribe to the Senior Citizen Podcast. We will see each other next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Breathing.